Hey guys, real quick before we get into today's video, all month during the month of November, we are celebrating Black Friday and we're doing 40% off of our VIP Discord. Inside of the Discord, you get access to every trade that I am taking, as well as a couple of our other analysts here at A1 Trading. You can see the entries, the exits, and the full breakdowns of every trade. You can also join our chat rooms. We have educational material in the form of a strategy library. You can download the strategies we're using and use them and look at them for yourself. You get access to our MetaTrader 4 trading tools, which are things like the trend scanners that we have, our trading robots, and all sorts of other different perks and things that could be helpful to you if you use MT4, and much, much more. Down below in the description, you can get 40% off using the code that is down in the description as well. And with that said, I hope you join us. We're looking for more serious traders, and I'd love to meet some of you there. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the bullish case for gold. Is gold headed back to 2000 going into maybe the end of the year, but also maybe even into the new year of 2022? Now in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to do a bit of a deep dive on the higher time frames and talk about the case for gold and why it very well could make its way back up to 2000. Now, before we get too far into this video, let me just ask for you to do me a quick favor. Hit that like button down below, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe for more free trading content. If you subscribe, YouTube will start flagging you as a person who's interested in trading, and again, it's just going to be giving you way more free trading content, so why not? Can't hurt. So with that said, let's go ahead and talk about gold. Now, gold from a technical and fundamental perspective to me looks pretty positive. Now, I would like to start with the technicals, so let's actually scroll out on this chart and take a big picture look at gold. And I'm talking big picture. In fact, I even would like to look at the weekly chart here with you guys for just a second. So if we look at gold from a very big picture analysis point, what you'll notice is that during 2020, we had this incredible run up. And for us to understand why there may be possibly another run up coming for gold, we need to understand this move. In this move, there was a huge rally towards safe haven investments like gold in the midst of the 2020 pandemic and sort of the uncertainty that came with that. We saw gold just do incredibly well. Now, during this period of time, not only did it do so well, but it actually outperformed the stock market, even when the stock market tried or started to really correct itself, or not correct itself. After the correction, it started to recover, right? Gold was outpacing it, like gold was flying. And then things started to stabilize to a degree where, people were less concerned about the pandemic. And so we started to see gold go into this sideways motion. Now, what I would like to point out is that the move here on gold was not completely erased. In fact, here's before the pandemic, right? You're talking about middle 2019, around the summer of 2019, we had prices back here. Notice that even though, price went screaming to the upside in midst of people uncertainty around the pandemic, we did not see price come all the way back down. In fact, it's kind of like what you would expect if you were expecting a complete rollover of gold, right? If things were 100% perfect and, headed to the moon and no concerns ever, right? You'd probably expect gold to go back to previous pre-pandemic lows, right? That's not what we saw. We saw price did retreat. Gold started to drop as people sort of found that safe haven in the dollar, and people were a little bit less concerned about market fallout and all that sort of stuff. But now we fast forward to today, and we do see a little bit of a rise in interest in gold. Now, we have to think about this in the midst of what has been going on. Now, we've been very sideways channeling back and forth, but recently we saw some news from the dollar, or from the Fed about the dollar. We saw basically the conversation around monetary policy tightening. We saw tightening of that in the form of tapering and eventual rate hikes, not just in the US, but in other places around the world. What that could cause is when you reduce stimulus, when you cause the price of gold, or when you see the price of gold going up, oftentimes that is in reaction to market uncertainty. And so we may be seeing a big breakout here, which we already saw. We saw the breakout of this 1830 level. And what I believe that to be is a bit of market concern. We see the dollar very strong. We see the stock market looking a little bit wobbly up there, right? The stock market has had a really, really good look. And in fact, we should take just a very quick look at the S&P 500 just to get an idea. You can see things have stretched really, really far. It doesn't mean that it can't keep going, don't get me wrong, but usually what we see is when price does something like this for a while, eventually you do see periods of consolidation, congestion, or even downturn. So I'm not saying that that's around the corner. It's very possible that it is. But again, I'm just looking at what the gold market is telling us. The gold market is telling us that the market is pricing in and a little bit concerned about rate hikes. It's concerned about tightening of monetary policy and what that could do to economies worldwide. So with this big break, there's a technical entry that I've been talking about, that 38.2% retracement. I've stuck my levels here and here. My fibs have drawn those three levels, that 38.2, the 50%, and the 61.8. If price does come back next week and starts to retest, I am making this on a Friday, this 38.2% retracement, I'll give you the case as to why I think it is possibly a buy. Number one, from a technical analysis perspective, big breakout of this channel, pretty clean and obvious area of interest for a lot of big traders looking for that next swing on the gold market. But even further, where could this thing go? You start pulling back the chart a little bit and you start seeing, okay, next spot is 1915. And after that, you're looking at a move all the way up to 1960. And it's not too far out of the question that we could head back to that big psychological level at 2000 and maybe even further, looking real big picture, maybe 2022 stuff, right? Which actually a lot of this could be 2022 as we are coming close to the end of the year. Maybe we even retest those previous highs. Again, this is going to rely on the continued march towards monetary policy tightening, in my opinion, towards market uncertainty. Maybe gold finds a safe haven, and that's really, or becomes more of a favored safe haven, I should say. If that sort of stuff begins to happen, the risk to reward here, in my opinion, on gold is really quite good. Again, I might be incorrect about this if I could speak, right? I might be completely wrong. I might say, you know, I'd take a trade there and then sure enough, it just rolls over and we have something that changes on the outlook of the market. But to me, I think that the risk to reward based on the momentum that we're seeing here, I do think that gold has a pretty solid chance of at least retesting some of these structural highs that we made in 2020 and in 2021. The high of 2021, by the way, was, let's see if we can find it. Does this? Yep, that counts right there. So this move, 1950. Right? We have not been anywhere near 1950 for the better half of 2021. So I think that is very reasonable after all this consolidation and this market uncertainty as central banks head towards, tapering and towards rate hikes, that we very well could see gold maybe make its way up to higher prices. Now, you may say, well, rate hikes and isn't that all good for the dollar? Well, yes, but my friends, this is really kind of an interesting time because we are seeing gold move higher, but we're also seeing the dollar move higher, right? We're seeing both. We're seeing monetary policy favor the dollar, right? And that rate hikes and concepts like that are all positive things for the dollar. But so is for gold the concern around the high inflation that we are facing right now, those concerns around increasing inflation around the world. And just because, that pulling off of stimulus could cause uncertainty in markets globally and maybe even cause a bid for gold. So my opinion, I think this level, if it comes back into play, could be an entry for me. Of course, I will watch that going into next week and next few weeks to see if that opportunity sets up. If it does, I will take that trade. And by the way, any trades that I take, of course, will be shared within our private Discord channel. So if I take a trade, we'll pop up a picture of what those trades look like. But every trade that I share comes with the full breakdown, both fundamentally, technically, why I'm in a trade, my risk management, all those sort of things, which are very, very important. Not just a signal service, but a service that allows you to see what real traders are up to, and more importantly, why they are doing what they do. So with that said, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you want more coverage like this, subscribe to the channel and head back here anytime you'd like the latest in the Forex market. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you back next time. What's up guys? Thanks for watching today's video. There are more videos available on our channel here and here, so go ahead and click into that for some more free trading content. With that said, thanks for watching. We'll see you back next time.